Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, welcome back to Fallout 4. Where last time, we helped out our brand new friends here in the CPD by gifting them a gigantic robot army. And today we're going to be doing a bit more for these guys, though in a slightly different way. Because, you see, while going through the CPD computer, we did also find evidence of, yes, a homicide involving Caleb Saunders. His wife was tragically killed somewhere in South Boston and, according to these records at least, he's decided to set up in Concord, believing there's some connection to the gang that took out his wife. So, okay, I'd say today we ought to mosey on back over to my settlement to check in with what's going on over there, because by the sounds of it, there's some pretty big developments for us to check in on. Okay, admittedly one small issue, which is, I want to, call down a vertibird, and I'm not sure there's space for, it to land around here. Okay, kinda hoping that might be, just enough space for the Brotherhood to come and pick me up, and, okay, if it's not, I'm not 100% sure, where these lads are gonna land instead. Okay, not entirely what I was planning, guys. They appear to be, okay, he appears to have touched down a long way over there, and also there's gunfire. There was definitely just, oh dear. This may not have gone entirely to plan. Like, he may have, oh, bloody hell, something just, hang on, what just... Where did my health go, and why am I now, like, covered in blood? I have no idea what just happened. Did I just get, like, Bethesda physics? I may have just got, like, physics. Oh, hang on. I think I've found it, but, it appears to draw the attention of a giant crowd of... Oh, cocking hell, it's just woken up like every ghoul in the cocking world. Oh, well, that's just marvellous, isn't it? Right, guys. Ow! Okay, not cool, guys. Okay, just for future reference, this is not where I asked you to park. Okay, step one today, let's mosey on back to the marina, because yes, there's a tiny bit of business I need to take care of there before we go back to Concord. Oh, and apparently we're going for, yes, a rather ambitious landing literally through the town. Good job, you are just covering yourself in glory today, Mr. Pilot. So, okay, please leave, like, my buildings alone. Not okay, that was very rude. Okay, so, back to base, couple of things we need to take care of here. Number one, dump a whole bunch of junk because, yeah, we were pretty much at weight capacity, even with the benefit of a, grilled radstag. Oh, now this is nice, though. New and improved, water infrastructure over here. Don't need to, wire that into anything. So, right, we've now got a cocking lot of spare water. I love it. And officially, this has been improved too. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, to me it does just look like, piles of trash in a bathtub, but sure, if you want to pretend this is improved, we'll pretend this is improved. Okay, two things of note in the quest log, however, which is, yes, I did come back here in part to hand over those books I collected to Charles Baker. But apparently the lad decided to, yes, just move to Starlight, despite the fact we met him outside the marina, so, okay, we'll catch up with him when we go back up to Concord. But in the meantime, something I completely bloody overlooked, which is pure energy. Check in with Archon for some reason. Well, okay, Archon was, a physicist who has to be put in charge of a power plant, and we literally put him in charge of a power plant, so, right, that may have generated, like, a new mission or something.
Back when I could still be classified as a human, I worked for a company called New Fuel Technologies, a small startup with big ideas. We were working on a design for a hybrid reactor, a new way to generate power that we hoped would make all existing methods obsolete.
So I'm guessing, yes, potentially, you might be able to help me build one right here.
Sounds ambitious.
Oh, you have no idea. Fortunately, we had some very bright people on the project. And, yes, I'm counting myself among them. At its heart, it was essentially a highly modified thorium salt reactor, using fusion cores to... I'm sorry. How it worked isn't what's important here. The important element is that we had already constructed a prototype as a proof of concept. I was working on some modifications to it when the bombs fell. which means that model is unfortunately quite out of our reach. However, we were sharing our research with two interested parties in exchange for more funding. Both the Commonwealth Institute of Technology and the Department of Defense had a great deal of interest in our work and were regularly kept updated. Thus, I believe that there is a higher than negligible chance a copy of our research survived. With that research, we could build hybrid reactors of our own.
Okay. CIT, the Institute, maybe this is supposed to be like, the basis of that giant reactor they have you complete over in, the main Institute missions. Department of Defense, however, that one might be somewhere in the wastelands.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Excellent. All I need you to do is locate either the DoD or CIT's copy of our notes. I'll see to training people to actually build a hybrid reactor.
Oh, and when you say right Department of Defense, Fort Strong. Okay, so yes, just pushing the player towards doing some of the normal missions anyway. So, right, Fort Strong is clear. Next time we're visiting the Pridwin, don't forget, we're supposed to be, swinging by Nordhagen to say hello to the people there, and we can go to Fort Strong at the same time. Right, one quick nap, feeling nice and well rested, a lovely day for it. Let's get back to, yes indeed, the Northwest proper. No, don't go over there. Why are you going over there? Come over here. Alright, there is so much space to land. Right here, what the cock are you doing? I think my cooking Uber has decided to pick a fight with nearby raiders in... Oh, bloody hell, that's not even raiders, that's super mutants. Why are you picking a fight with super mutants? This is not why I called you. Right, you buddy. Leave my taxi alone, okay? I need that to get back up to Sanctuary and whatever. There we go, nice and dead. Okay, few pot shots en route, nothing too dramatic. Let's see what's been going on back here at Sanctuary. Okay, well, bare minimum, as the, industrial backbone of my empire, Sanctuary is doing its job. We're up to level 3 factories over here on this side. Now that's kind of nice. Okay, so the factories, production, etc., that's doing marvellously good work. And as a result, that's being passed down the chain via the caravans. Brilliant. Oh, better and better, they've even upgraded the bar a bit. So... Okay, guys, I didn't think I needed to mention this, but do not use skulls as decoration. We are not raiders. We do not want people to think we are raiders. No, seriously, why do you have so many skulls in here? Bloody hell, people are going to get the wrong idea. Still, by the looks of it, yes, I may need to install some additional mods to increase the size limits of society, because... I'm guessing the reason this society now can't do anything else is because, well, there's literally a hard cap on how much is allowed to exist in any given society. So, okay, maybe able to buy you guys a tiny bit of leeway just by tearing down trash, etc., but, okay, I may need to, yes, add some additional mods before next week. Okay, the point is that society seems to be doing just fine, so let's mosey on down the road to Concord, because that seems to be like, the beating heart of Sim Settlements 2. Just occasionally you'll pass through, and a whole bunch of new people have just moved in, including on this occasion, yes, a detective out for revenge. And here we go. If you want to find someone new in town, check the notice board in the church. So, wanted, Murawski scum. Wanted, huge reward. The Murawski gang has done enough damage. It's time they're put down for good. I mean, I don't disagree, but I feel like you need to add, certain additional details, like who to speak to, who are the Murawski gang, where'd you find them, where'd you turn in their corpses for the reward, etc., etc. Okay, bare minimum, yes, I've picked up a new marker, a miscellaneous activity to ask after the McGibble, and, right, you, buddy, are Caleb Saunders. Sorry to hear about your wife, by the way.
Hi.
You must be that Volter everyone's been jamming about. The name's Caleb Saunders. I'm working on a case at the moment, and I could use a heavy hitter like you. Stop by my house if you get a chance. See you around.
Okay, and now we can go and visit him later at his house, and Just like, yes, Elias, I suspect later does mean later, because, he's got company, that means he wants to quickly vacuum, make sure he's got snacks available, etc, etc. He wouldn't want to be a bad host, so, also I may have slightly, broken the sequence of events there, because they were definitely saying at the CPD, hey, Caleb told us about you, despite the fact this is the first time I met Caleb. So, right, you're supposed to meet Caleb, do this, and then he tells you about the CPD, and that sends you to them. That may have been the intended order of play. Though speaking of which, yes, there was a note saying, go and visit Elias, he might be willing to, give me something, now he's calmed down a bit, and... Okay, hang on, I just heard Elias speaking. Where the cock's Elias? He's round here somewhere. There he is, he's on his front porch. Sorry, I was going to walk straight past you, buddy. Right, so me and you, let's wrap up our business after I abandoned you in the glowing sea.
Ruby and I have been talking. It's time for me to hang up my rifle. Even though part of me really doesn't want to. I just can't keep up like I used to anymore. And since there's a new chief hunter in town to take up the reins, I can't think of a better time to retire. Rubes and I want to give you this in recognition of your skills, and wish you all the best with your hunting around these parts. I won't say I'm happy about losing out on those kills, but if somebody had to beat me to them, I'm glad it was you. Good luck, though I have the feeling you won't need it.
Okay, so that gets me some XP and a brand new rifle, though. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like I've basically just broken an older man's spirit and forced him into a retirement he wasn't 100% ready for. And I feel even worse because I'm about to just toss this thing straight in the trash because, yeah, unfortunately, it's not even legendary. This, buddy, is why you failed to kill all the things I killed, because you were hunting with cocking trash. Okay, and while we're waiting for Caleb, yes, we can motion over to Starlight, turn in the books to Charles, and then, do not forget, there is in fact the main plot of Sim Settlements 2 I've been ignoring for a while. Hubert, that lovely chappie who showed up and said he wanted our assistance, so we can motion down and meet him. He's, yes, barely around the corner at Artjats. Here we go, Charles Baker on the road just around the corner from, yes, Starlight Driving. So, buddy, I've got... Oh. I really hope these weren't junk, because if they were junk, I kind of left the books you're after at the marina.
Hey.
Oh. Hey, you got all 5. This is great. Just what we need to get started here. Every book you bring me from here on out, I'll buy them from you for 50 caps a pop. And... if you find any comics, send them my way.
Okay, so now we've got a Charles Baker. You, buddy, can go and hang out, yes, at the marina with everyone else, though. Right, you just go in that direction, but in the meantime, give him a quick scan while he's on the move, and... honestly, Charles, I'm underwhelmed. Like, 5 charisma, 7 intelligence, everything else unremarkable. Okay, standards in the Brotherhood are clearly slipping. Okay, Caleb has now had time to, just tidy up the living room and whatnot. So, you live in, yes, this broken down old house at the edge of town, which I'm pretty sure contains junk I dumped here at some point when I decided I didn't want it anymore. Sorry about that, I did not realise I was littering in your house. Oh, blimey. Okay, just arrived and, right, corpses. So you and Lena get on well, I'm assuming. Got it.
Let's see what we have here. Hopefully something we can use this time. Huh. This is good timing. Not exactly what I had in mind to show you, but it'll do. You might be wondering about the dead body here decorating the floor. This poor slob had information on him about a certain individual that I would very much like to see dead. He, resisted my initial questions, but I was able to extract what I needed, eventually. His death was an unfortunate side effect of the process, but I doubt he'll be missed. The man I'm after is known as Bombface. He was a one-time Moravsky associate, whose paw prints are all over the serious crime around these parts. He killed my wife, and does not hesitate to kill anyone else who crosses him. It's taken me months to get this far, and finally I have a lead on the bastard. Question is, will you help me with the next piece of the puzzle?
If it means protecting innocent people from a madman, yes.
Wonderful. Mr. Useful here gave me the name and location of one of Bombface's organizers. Give me a few hours to clean this up, and we'll work out how to track this goon down.
Alright, so a handful of guys here. May as well loot the bodies while we're passing by, and... oh dear. Right, you really did make a bit of a mess here, didn't you, Caleb? Here we go, wait a couple of hours, and we've officially begun a proper named mission, The Hunt for Boris.
Good that you're here. Now let me lay out the 411. Apparently this guy, Boris, is one of Bombface's organizers. Gets the muscle to where it's needed. We, and by we I mean you, need to extract Bombface's location from him. Don't look at me like that. I can't go near these guys as they all know of me, and would no doubt make me from 100 yards away. A relative stranger like yourself has a much better chance of getting within striking distance. So, you still up for this? I won't lie, this will be a tough gig.
Okay, no worries, point me in the right direction.
Here are the details of Boris's last known whereabouts. I'll beam him to your, wrist computer. Good hunting.
Alright, so now we've got to find Boris. Oh, and that's cute. Right, he's at Mystic Pines, the old retirement home. We've passed by this location before, but, yeah, in the base game it's not really used for much. There's a handful of loot and whatnot, but generally it's completely empty, aside from a couple of bugs right by Lexington. So, okay, sounds like something new's gonna be going on here. Question is, can we actually walk in at all, or do we need to, like, you know, take out all of his guards from afar, and then we interrogate him when he's the last guy standing? Okay, here we go. Nice, easy stroll down the road. We've even got ourselves, yeah, some nice mercenary friends to help us clear out the path, but already almost there. No trouble yet whatsoever. Nice, easy path down in this direction. So, okay. Where am I now precisely? Hang about. I'm on the low ground. That's Mystic Pines right there. So I wouldn't mind being, yeah, on the high ground so we can, you know, at bare minimum, scout it out before we move in. But, okay, so far at least, no sign of trouble. Okay. He's somewhere in this direction. Curiously, not actually in Mystic Pines itself. Gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the next building over actually is. And also... right, well, something just exploded in Lexington. Possibly that's the, yes, raider with the mini-nuke up on the bridge. Alright, just a mosey on in. Looks like, you know, I don't know, old building of some description. We're hidden for now. So just check, you know, the VAT scan colour of these individuals, because... oh, bloody hell! Right, that's why he's not in Mystic Pines, because that is not where he lives, because he's up top on the right. Well, this is going to be significantly more complicated than I thought in that case. Hang about here, so how do we get up there? Is there even a way to get up there going in this direction? Like, we're going to have to go all the way along the overpass to get to him. But does that even, like, you know, go down to a gentle slope we can get up to? Because otherwise, right, now that's fascinating. We need to, yes, figure out how to get up onto this thing. Because, can you even, yes, by the looks of it, we can get up over here. Okay, that's a fun placement for a character. So, you know, you've got to figure out how precisely you're going to navigate your way up to the overpass before you can even get to him. So, okay. Through here. Mosey on up. That's not right. Yeah, that's going to be a dead end. And, oh! I feel like Boris is not here to talk. Okay. Well, in that case, we now know precisely what we need to do. If Boris becomes aware of me... oh yeah, he's going to fire the moment he sees me. In which case, good night, you stupid bastard. You should not have done that. I would have been willing to, you know, have a nice chat with you. But he went hostile first, okay? He went red in that. That means I was justified in murder. Boris, gotta do some house cleaning. Word on the street is your team is getting out of hand. This needs to be nipped in the bud before he nips us. If you catch my drift, bomb face. So, right, potentially, bomb face, you know, never ordered the kill on Caleb's wife. One of his subordinates was getting out of hand. Though, I'm not sure this really counts as, like, a lead. Because sure, it's sent from Bombface, but we knew Bombface was behind this anyway, so, right. Bare minimum. I feel like, yes, nip back to Caleb, and maybe he can figure out what this means. On the way back, though, we're barely around the corner from, Hubert's people. Here we go, they're by, yes, that building that wasn't fully constructed around the back of ArcJet here. So we've got ourselves Lashers. There's Hubert. That's a wild dog. He's probably not part of that team, to be honest, but okay. That was definitely the implication from, the quest icon. That there might be some, yes, competing points of view.
You're a moron every day of the week, Hubert. Couldn't you have taken just one day off?
See? Here they are now, I told ya. All our building problems are solved.
You really are an idiot, Hubert. After I've dealt with this, remind me to explain the meaning of low profile to you. Okay, that's far enough. Throw your weapon on the ground. Let's see those hands in the air.
Okay, I'm going to be honest, this is much nastier than I was expecting, so just give me 1 second. Then again, you know what, we don't need to put the nice dress on just yet. Like, there's no speech check, so calm down. Let's me and you just have a nice chat.
Calm down. Let's talk this out.
There's nothing to talk about. Hubert may have asked to join you, but he doesn't speak for all of us. And I don't for a second believe what he or this old man say about these ASAM sensors.
ASAMs.
ASAM, whatever. Look, I don't want to hurt you, but I don't trust your reasons for being here. So please, just hand over your weapon.
I do not want to do that, so, okay, just give me 1 second. Just 1 second to put on, the nice clothing. There we go. Much, much nicer. And with that, okay, buddy, I want to help, but I'm not giving you my guns.
But I want to help you guys.
All right, fine. You can hold on to your weapon. I better not regret this.
See, Stodge? No shooting. I told you it was all good. No one's here to hurt us. So why not listen about the ASAMs now, eh? If we join this nice fella, he'd help us build this place into a real home.
Youngest, right. Seen these sensors in action myself. Just the thing for a fledgling settlement.
Okay, fine. If it shuts the two of you up, I'll listen. But I'm still not convinced these things are the answer to a new home.
Okay, so by the sounds of it, yes, Hubert was very much not supposed to just go and announce these guys' existence to everyone nearby who would listen. These guys were much more for, keeping a low profile. So, right. How can I convince you? What do you need me to do?
What would it take to convince you?
Okay. Even if I did believe these ASAMs do everything I've been told, how do I know we could trust you? We just had our old home taken from us by goddamn mercenaries. Had to flee just so we wouldn't become indentured workers. So I can't say I'm thrilled with the idea of us running, only to be leashed by some new landlord, making promises they can't keep. Even if these senses of yours work, I'd need to know we're not signing over our independence and freedom. I need to know you're on the level.
Okay, you know what, Stodge? I agree, that's a really cocking, reasonable point. So, fortunately, I'm a local leader, so I don't need to risk the, charisma check.
All people want to be free. They just need the opportunity to take it.
And just what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Exactly what he said. The sensors just provide you the means, but the responsibility's on you. You put in the work, and what you build is yours. Now that sure sounds like independence and freedom to me.
Well, when you put it like that. Okay, I'll go along with this whole censor thing. We'll join with you. You better not try and screw us over.
Oh, great. With Stodge on board, everyone else will fall right in line.
But I've one condition, and it's non-negotiable. We'll join with you, and use your sensors. But you gotta let us decide how we use them. If we're gonna make a new home, then we should have the say in how it's built.
Oh, I am 100% on board. That just means one less settlement I need to babysit. Go nuts, buddy, sure.
Fair enough.
All right. Well then, I think we can make this work. Okay, everyone, listen up. This is how we're gonna do things. We need to decide on a leader. Someone who can take charge of the building effort, and then run the place once construction's done. Most of us have skills that'd be useful in a leadership position. So anyone who thinks they're up to the task, step forward and make yourself known. I'll go first. What the? I can't say I expected Hubert to step forward. But what are you doing, old man? You're not one of us.
I've already benefited from the censors. If I can, I'd like to return some of the kindness shown to me and help you people out. I know I may not look like much, but I've been around a while. Reckon I could offer some useful guidance, at least until you're on your feet.
Fair enough. But all three of us can't lead. We'll have to pick just one of us.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you decide who gets put in charge? I think you'd probably choose a good leader.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that, though I doubt Stodge would accept my ruling.
All right. I'll do it.
Well, that's all kinds of fantastic. I can't wait to see who you pick.
Okay, so... right. As much as I like Hubert, I feel like, yes, he's too trusting and innocent and naive to be an effective leader. And old Paul, like Stodge was saying, he's an outsider. I don't think he's really got, the right to lead these individuals. Okay, we're going to start with Hubert, but I really don't feel like he's the right person to keep the society, alive.
What would I do if I was in charge? Whew, that's a head-scratcher for sure. Well, suppose I could ask my old church friends to help out. If we're ever in trouble or something. And I guess just try and make the people happy. A smile can go a long way, Just don't ask me to keep no town records or nothing. I ain't much for bookkeeping and stuff. Too many numbers,
Okay, insufficient spreadsheets, you, sir, cannot possibly be town mayor. Okay, and as for you, old Paul, for what possible reason would you be the right person to lead a society that you met only yesterday?
You mean, what would I do if I was in charge? Guns! Guns for everyone! Nothing says settlement safety like everyone carrying a loaded firearm. And I guess I could share some of my expertise from my days as a scaver. Show everyone the right way to strip down salvage and how to properly maintain things. Youngsters don't know how to care for stuff these days.
You know what? Despite everything, I think I'd still prefer him over Hubert. Though I'll admit, that does put me in a difficult situation because if Stodge says something, properly genocidal at this point, not 100% sure, who I'm going to end up picking.
It would be nice to know more about you.
What? Am I story time Stodge now? What would you even want to know? How about that I'm a ghoul? Probably didn't notice that, did you? I'm not one of those decrepit pre-war ones, though. Although, I am pretty old. Old enough to have been a gunner. Back when that title was still worth something. But that was long ago. These days, I'm more concerned with keeping me and mine safe from anything the Commonwealth can throw at us. Which is a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually notice, yes, the star on the chest. He's a former gunner, though he did just specifically say, back when that meant something, suggesting he doesn't like the gunners of today. So, Okay, make your case, buddy.
If you put me in charge, you can expect things to be efficient and done right. I run a tight ship, and I don't take no crap. I'd put my focus on defense and making sure everyone pays their dues. And if people don't like it, they can suck it.
Okay. I don't think this is going to be, you know, a nice society to live in or anything. But I do get the feeling it's not going to die from being shot by gunners. Like, this guy knows what he's doing in that regard. So, remember, part of the brief that we were given by Jake was, hey, we've got to make sure these societies can defend themselves. Yeah. I think Stodge is a good candidate for these guys not being dead next week.
I've made my choice.
Oh? Who'd you pick?
Good news, Stodge. It's you.
How about you?
Smart pick. You made the right choice.
And, okay, we are literally moving them in somewhere, so... Right, that's interesting, because they did say they wanted to, like, you know, build this society by themselves. I mean, how literally do they mean that? Do they mean, like, you know, this is going to be a special society where I just don't get involved? You know what? I'm not doing anything with Red Rocket right now. Here you go, good luck. Oh, and I think we just got a new mechanic introduced. So, city leaders. Every settlement can be assigned a leader. This person acts as mayor of the town. Personality and backstory can have various effects on the settlement. So, right. I get the feeling this place is going to turn into a nightmare dystopia. But as I say, it's going to be one where people don't die from being shot by gunners, so we're going to accept it, okay? So, to assign leaders in future, build a city planner's desk. Next, assign someone to it, or activate the manage city option in the city planner's desk. Choose assign city leader. So, right. That will flag at people with especially powerful benefits, which I'm going to assume includes, primarily, the named people who come to town on occasion. And as a result, Stodge is now my first mayor. Brilliant! Right, so we can go and check in how they're getting on at Red Rocket down the line. But for the time being, yeah, we're going in that direction anyway, because we need to go and speak to Caleb about that note we found on Boris's corpse. Okay, step one, Caleb, old friend, let's have a chat about, yes, this here note and... Have you been torturing more people, Caleb? I thought we talked about this.
How'd it go? He's still breathing? What have you got there?
It was my pleasure to help out.
This is great news. Great news indeed. I feel like we're getting closer now. I can almost smell him. Let me do some research and I'll try and get a fix on our next target.
Alright, so that concludes the hunt for Boris, but, yeah, nothing more for the time being until such time as Caleb decides he's figured out where the next target is, so, in which case, I can't help but, yes, be rather curious about one thing that was just mentioned to me. Which is, while of course I am, you know, Mayor Bob, the mayor of mayors who all mayors bow down before, every individual society, by the sounds of it, would benefit from having, like, you know, a local mayor who doesn't just wander off to have adventures every other day. So, back to Sanctuary, the economic backbone of my entire empire. And then inside my house, the mayor's house, we just pop down one of those, and now apparently we can manage this here settlement, or rather, I can pick somebody who's going to do so. Okay, so using the desk I can build a whole bunch of bits and pieces, so yeah, holotapes so I can manage things remotely. Sensors, I can actually build those directly here, very, very nice indeed. I don't really know what much of this does, but ooh. Okay, a planner's desk I can, like, pre-build, then carry with me, so I could crack it open in a new settlement nice and easy. That's kind of cool. Now, we don't have the most options here because, yes, most of my good people I've already deployed over to the marina. There'll be many more options there. So, right, they've got, like, you know, tanks, gunsmith, a scavenger set in his ways. Preston Garvey, allied to the Minutemen specifically, so he's got an allegiance the others don't. Minutemen officer, recruiter, overzealous. So, right, he just causes a huge amount of, you know, recruitment, obviously. And then sneak, scavenger, and set in his ways. So, you know what? Old Paul has grown on me a bit, and he did just, volunteer to be a leader of another society, so you, buddy, get to be the mayor of this one instead. So, his major thing is gunsmith, his minor thing is scavenger, and his weakness is technophobe. Meaning, okay, Marshall's going to be more effective. In addition, the settlement's going to generate additional junk, that's pretty good actually. But industrial plots take longer to upgrade. Honestly, I think I'm okay with that, that's pretty good. As for Preston, right, he will basically mean that the new settlers are going to be Minutemen. And on top of that, there's gonna be plenty of them. With the downside that everyone's annoyed by him talking about, settlements on the map and whatnot, so happiness does go down a bit. And while I'm not 100% sure why Hubert's even showing up, given, he lives down the road at Red Rocket, but whatever, right. So, allies basically generate, additional people patrolling and defending the settlement. That's pretty good. And, like you were saying, he makes happiness go up, but... right, he's not very good at keeping records, so commercial plots generate less money. But you know what? Screw it. Old Paul gets to be the leader. Also, by virtue of having a leader, people can just, start building on their own by scrapping everything and building anew. No. I like flipping Sanctuary Hills, alright? You could do that down at Red Rocket. You're not tearing down my industrial heartland here in Sanctuary. However, if I just, pack up a couple of city planners' desks to pop down elsewhere, I know precisely where, yes, you can just tear everything down and start again. Right, Red Rocket, magnificent. Not really done anything here at all. No food, no water, no anything. Let's just start tearing it all down.
All right, everyone. Pull those thumbs out and grab a
I'm just so
hammer.
hungry all the
Let's see
time.
if these ASAMs live up to all the hype.
Right, we've got the option to tear everything down and start afresh, and you guys are welcome to do so. So we go into a cinematic mode for the demolition, I assume. Oh yeah, hang about there. Ooh. Oh, they're building a lot. Sorry, we're doing a cooking time-lapse here. So okay, they built things, defenses. Right, they're just, building something. And I don't even know what some of this is. They're doing a great job by the looks of it. Good job, lads. So, okay, buildings are just popping up left, right, and centre. We'll come back and check in with, how you guys are getting on later, but... right, I'm pretty sure I know precisely where we're going next with a second city desk. Because, let's be honest, I think we all know, what the biggest failure of a settlement in the entire Empire is. And it's cocking Starlight Driving. I mean, just look at this mess. What an absolute nightmare this is. And you know what? Preston, turning this place into a gigantic recruiting hub for the Minutemen, I am 100% okay with that. And absolutely tear it all down and let's begin again. So okay, everything gets taken away, marvellous, and I'm okay with that, okay? This was trash. This was all absolutely trash. Let's see if maybe Preston could come up with something, a bit better. Okay, now this is looking nice. Something like, a big curve to it, water in the centre, everything built in a giant semicircle around it. I like this. This is looking good, Preston. Nice work. And okay, this is going to take a bit of time to come together, but once again, I flippin' love it. This is looking great. And in the meantime, I suspect while I've been taking care of all of this, Jake's been having, yes, potentially problems of some description.
Hey, you're never gonna guess what I just got running. The comm hub. You hear that? That's the sound of the Commonwealth suits. Huh? What? Oh, come on! Oh! Well, I was gonna suggest you come and see this thing in action, but seems the comm hub decided exploring would be a better use of its time. You should still head on back. Fill me in on how things went with those folks. By the time you arrive, I should have the hub up and running again. Just need to replace those damn tubes.
Calculating chance of success less than 5%.
That's enough out of you.
I do enjoy how, yes, Jake's primary occupation in this game seems to be getting exploded by his own inventions. It's delightful. So okay, with a powerful new tool added to the arsenal, and two societies just now growing incredibly fast all by themselves, how about we call it a part there? But next week, okay, I suspect things are about to start accelerating pretty bloody fast, because now I can just, make those desks and whatnot. Potentially, yeah, new societies can get off the ground in a bloody hurry. I don't need to be, managing every single one. So yeah, now might be a good time to consider various settlements I'm not going to bother with myself, like say, Taffington Boathouse or Outpost Simonja, and instead letting those guys grow by themselves, just assigning a mayor and letting them get on with it. And on top of that, it sounds like, yes, Jake's got something rather important for me too, potentially. So hopefully, you join me next week for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Fallout 4. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.